Welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. I am Amy, along here with my sister Molly. We help high-achieving women increase their income, but most importantly, their impact. We are neighbors, sisters, and business partners. We have built 8-figure businesses together, traveled the world together, raised our children together, mentored thousands of men and women together, and it's all because we have a penthouse mindset. We aim for the top, and we show others how to empower themselves to peel back the layers and truly step into their greatness and calling. Welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. Welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. I am Amy Mosser and my sister Molly Kroeker. We help high-achieving women increase their income, but most importantly, their impact. And we want to thank you so much for your support so far of our podcast. We truly cannot go anywhere without somebody stopping us and congratulating us and giving us like their favorite takeaway from our first drops so far. Molly, I mean, aren't you just so excited?
I am. Yes, absolutely. And I think one thing is we've just been raised to think the best, right? Positive mental attitude, and also just the willingness to try anything, right? Like, unless it's going to hurt somebody physically or yourself, but we just have the attitude of like, why not us? Like, why wouldn't we have a successful podcast? So we've had fun. We've had a lot of fun. And also, thank you for your ideas. Like, keep reaching out. A lot of you want to hear stories about us. And don't worry, we will get to those. I mean, we've got so many. So what would you love to hear from Amy and I? Have we ever gotten an argument? Have we ever, like, tell us about growing up? How were you raised?
We also have a lot of people ask about our business successes, right? And that I think is what Molly and I were talking about after I just made fun of her for her eyebrows being a little dark.
Because yes, my makeup was stolen out of my car when the passenger side was bashed in while I was running park that I love to run from. And they do like caterpillars, but I don't even know if it's really an eyebrow pencil. I'm not sure what it is, but
I maybe had a crayon in my makeup bag, but
yes, I know. Literally, I'm like, how can that fat thing? It's like so chubby. I don't know how you would define your eyebrows, but that's okay. Need we digress? But today's topic, we're going to bring you today's topic, the best piece of advice that you would love to give yourself, that you would give the Amy Mosser, or give anyone, really. This is for anyone. So the best piece of advice you would give anyone.
Yeah. So the best piece of advice that I would give is when you make a decision to burn the boats, don't have a plan B. I have had several instances in my life, and I think I've told you that when Charlie was given a diagnosis of Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, and I burned the boats on him on accepting a diagnosis that he was going to remain a 2-year-old with hundreds of seizures a day. I burned the boats on a life that I left when my former husband and I separated. I decided that I'm not going to think, can I make it on my own? I didn't even cross my mind. I knew I could make money again. I knew I could rebuild. I knew I could provide for my children. So I think in life and business, burning the boats, not having a plan B, not dipping your toe in just a little bit to see if something works. Just like what Molly and I are doing. We're at the top of our game. I'm a top producer in real estate. I have been for 20 years. Molly, an iron woman, very few people, less than 1% of the US population competes in Ironman, but we're burning the boats. We're all in. We're going to be here 10 years from now doing these crazy podcasts from the nursing home. 10 years. No, we're not going to be in a nursing home in 10 years, for Pete's sakes.
We will be aging well and gracefully.
We'll be in Italy doing them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But when you go all in, make a decision and do it. And that is the biggest piece of advice I give to people is feel the fear, jump in and do it anyway and from anywhere and leap, and the net will appear. You have to have faith. How about you, Molly? What's your biggest piece of advice?
There is a saying that I'm going to say, but the biggest thing is, and when people come out here to the lake, they'll say, what do you have to do, to live here? And I'm like, be your own boss. You have to be your own boss. You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to do your own thing. I would be the worst employee now. There is no way I could go back. I spent the first 10 years of my life, as many of you know, as a sports medicine physical therapist. And even though I'm not bashing medicine or physical therapy, but even though I loved what I did, I knew I was put on this earth to do more. And that meant own my own life. And so figuring out a way to be a present parent was not important to me initially until I had kids. And then I decided honestly to be the buffalo. So, like Amy said, burn the boats. I'm going to say, you're going to be able to think of these things, be the buffalo, because a cow in a storm will turn and go the other way, right? And it will take 14 times longer. It's safer. It's much safer. And so that was probably me in physical therapy at first, is just being in that safe. I was a cow. I'm likening myself to a cow right now. But be the buffalo. The buffalo, the storm comes and it charges right through the storm and it goes through the storm. And guess what? It's momentary before it's on the other side, and it's a quarter of the time. And so that's what I'm going to say is own your own life. It makes a massive difference, because you know what? My kids saw me fail and succeed and fail and succeed and fail and succeed way more than they would have ever seen me as a physical therapist. They would have never seen anything hard, ever. I mean, I came home and I did some charts at night. That was it. But they didn't see the hard and any of that. But boy, they saw the hard as I built a social marketing company to the top 0.5%. They saw the hard in that. They saw the hard in what we're doing. It looks like so fun and it is a blast, but there's also a lot of things behind the scenes, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And so are there bloopers as we build Sisters Next Door? Absolutely. But oh my gosh, there's a million miracles and the reminders every day, the messages we
The
get.
voice texts that we get that we just got this afternoon. Yes.
Exactly. Like I would never give that up. And so that's going to be my hot piece of advice. So burn the boats and be the buffalo.
And join us for more tips. We're just going to do these small little trickles of the Amy and Molly pieces so you get to know us a bit more. And if you have anything you'd like us to share, please reach out to us and we'll make a quick little episode about it.
Thank you for tuning in today for Meet Me in the Penthouse with Sisters Amy and Molly. Please rate and review. We love those 5-star ratings and would love to have you go to our website at sistersnextdoor.com.
Wow, if you love our Meet Me in the Penthouse podcast, I know you will love our 4-week class coming up. The Wealth Frequency, Tuning into Money's Energy. It's a 4-week class starting September 17th and 18th. We have 2 different times for you. Go to sistersnextdoor.com to sign up and get all of the details. Also, don't forget to rate and review us on Spotify and Apple. Give us those 5 stars and we'll keep giving you stellar content. We so appreciate you.